if you're trying to find out how can I get money to help me get out of debt, all right? So I know that I'm talking about credit cards and like, why would I want to go get another credit card because all it's going to put me in deeper debt. But here's the thing about it for most people, they don't understand. When going after a credit card, you have to make sure you're going after the easy credit cards and the right type of credit cards, for one. All right, now here's the thing about it. If you are having financial problems, there's a couple resources that you definitely should look at first. The first one, if you work in a job, a W-2 job, you should run to your HR department, okay? And you want to request for them to allow you to file exempt for 3 to 4 months. The reason that you want them to do that is because this would allow you to put more money in your pocket. So instead of you paying the federal government first, you'll actually be able to take that money home and start paying down some of your debt, okay? That's the reason that I tell people, if you work in a job, beginning of the year, or I don't care what time of the year it is, at least 3 to 4 months out of the year, you should be able to go to your HR and say, hey, I need to file exempt for 3 to 4 months. And again, this is going to allow you to bring in a bigger paycheck so that you can help pay down your bills. Now, that being said, when you have dealing with a lot of bills and stuff like that, and say that you haven't really beat up your credit, so you have at least still about a 680 credit score, then here's the thing about it. I'm going to tell you some of the cards that you should be focusing on, all right? Now, again, this is for people with a 680 or higher credit score, all right? Here's the thing about it. The first card is Wells Fargo Reflect card. Now, why is that? One, it's an Experian FICO 9 card. It's Experian FICO 9. What does that mean to you? Well, if you have authorized users, if you have rental payments, if you have utility bills, if you have subscriptions on your credit file that's helping prop up your credit file, they will accept that, all right? That's the reason. Now, here's the thing about it with Wells Fargo, so you understand about this Wells Fargo Reflect card. This here card gives you 21 months of zero interest on purchases and balance transfer. But it gets even better with this card because they actually give you convenience checks where you can actually liquidate that card, put it into your bank account, and pay off your other high interest credit cards. That's the reason why this here card is so important. This is how you start winning because, yeah, that card may max out, but at the same time, because you're using that capital to pay down your other revolving debt, your credit score goes up. So now you're able to apply for other better credit cards. So that's the reason you want that card. So the second card is talking about is PenFed Gold card. Now, most people, when they go over to PenFed, and here's the interesting thing about it. When people go over to PenFed, especially when you have bad credit or just coming out of bankruptcy, I always tell people, give it about 90 days. Open up the checking account, open up the savings account. It only costs $5, right, to join PenFed. But give it 90 days, right, so that way they can get used to you. All right, have little small deposits and everything. But the reason that you want the PenFed Gold card, and this here is Equifax FICO 9. That's right. I'm giving you low-hanging fruit cards because you're able to leverage your credit file better, all right? The PenFed Gold card is 15 months. 15 months of zero interest on purchases as well as balance transfer, okay? Now, the only thing about it that PenFed I don't like about the card is that it does not give you convenience checks. So that's the only thing that's my hang up about it. I wish that they will allow you to just liquidate the card like with other institutions, all right? Now, the next one is US Bank. You want the US Bank Platinum card. Now, here's the thing about it with US Bank. US Bank, they usually will pull your TransUnion FICO 9. That's right. They usually do a TransUnion FICO 9. Now, here's another thing about it. With this here card, they're giving you, I think it's 20 months of zero interest on balance transfers. But here's the great part about it. They give you convenience checks where you can actually liquidate it. Okay? So again, here's another institution that will allow you to leverage your credit limit in order to help you pay down some of your credit card debt. So that's the reason that you want this. Now, the next credit card you want to get is the PNC Core Visa. The PNC Core Visa, again, it's one of those credit cards you're getting into the system. It's Experian, FICO 9. But I love PNC, man, because they are a community bank. They're very flexible to work with, and especially when you get talking about switching over on the business side, which we'll talk about. But one of the things that I want you all to understand, with PNC Core Visa, leveraging that card to help you pay down your debt, and I think it is convenience checks that you can ask for with them as well. So this is why, again, I'm telling you guys, I always try to show you all the low hanging fruit, the easiest credit cards you should be able to apply for. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. There is another card that you want to check out. It's the GM credit card. All right. Now, why the GM credit card? Because this here is a TransUnion FICO 9 card as well. And this is a card that you can actually get with no hard inquiry on your credit file. That's right. You can actually do the TransUnion hack. And what that is, for those of you that may not know, the TransUnion hack is where you would go to GM and you would do a pre-approval, okay, and see what you actually qualify for that limit, all right? Then you would open up a separate window and you will lock your TransUnion credit file, and then come back to the other window and put in the application. Because they already pre-approved you from the data that was already provided, and they already took a snapshot of your credit file. Now, with this here situation, it may take 2 to 3 days of clearing and stuff like that, but you will end up with this here card without a hard pull or hard inquiry on the credit, all right? Now, one of the biggest things that for most people, the challenge with them is that they may have too many inquiries, okay? Now, here's the thing about it. The credit cards that I'm talking about, usually these type of credit cards, they may be inquiry sensitive, all right? But there's one that is not inquiry sensitive that I want to tell you about. PNC, you can probably still get that if you have over 6 inquiries on your Experian. But BMO, they switched over from a FICO 8. Now they use a Vantage 4 score. Game changer. The reason is because with a Vantage 4 scoring, just like with the FICO 9, your authorized users, right? So they'll accept the authorized users, they'll accept the rental payments and stuff like that, whatever's propping up the file. But the card you want to go after is the BMO Platinum card. Now, the reason you want to go after that card, again, is because 0% interest on balance transfers and purchases, and it's 18 months. That's one of the best cards out in the market, all right? Now, for those of you that may have questions about removing negative items off the credit, you're trying to get funding, or you're trying to set up your new company, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.